It's week 3 of the BCFL season, and this week we just have one game as a highlight before we head into the Memorial Day weekend break with the 82 Chargers at 2-0 traveling to Xenia to take on the 1-1 Ohio Rage. The Rage weren't able to get anything going on their opening drive of the game, but this pass from Maurice Levet to Eric Evans moves the Chargers into Ohio territory on their first possession. Next play, however, as Levet goes back and scrambles, he looks deep. The pass is tipped and picked off by Taylor Briggs. He takes that out of short ways. Not only does he get possession for the Rage, he also gets his picture taken with the turnover chain. A punt by the Rage gave the ball back to the Chargers at the Ohio 35, but this snap over Lovett's head pretty much ends any chance the Chargers had of taking advantage of that opportunity. Instead, Rashawn Cook finds his big target TJ Jackson for a 14-yard gain on 3rd and 15. An offsides penalty gives the Rage a first down. Later on, the Chargers somehow lose Jackson. Cook doesn't. He finds him wide open. He's all alone down the sidelines and flipping into the end zone. It is the Rage up 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. The Rage with a chance with another big stop on 4th and 1. Levitt drops the ball, picks it back up. He's tackled right about at the line. It's going to be close. They're looking at it. It's going to depend on the spot here. Let's see where they put it down. And they look at it, and it is a first down for the Chargers. They take advantage. Levett's back to pass, sets his feet, throws it deep, and Dre Reap is there in the end zone for a 29-yard touchdown. The 2-point conversion puts the Chargers up 8-6. Second play for the Rage, Cook looking to answer, and this time Kevin Johnson is there to pick it off. He makes one-man miss, and then it's just a lot of Chargers black jerseys in the end zone for a touchdown. It's now 14-6. Chargers continue to roll on their next possession. First play, Naquan Presswood takes it through the left side and all the way down for 33 yards to the 13-yard line. The second play, Levitt steps up and easy pitch and catch to Derek Shear. At halftime, the Chargers are now up 20-6. Chargers get the ball back in the second half and waste a little time again. Will Coker ahead for 13 yards on this play. Next play, Levitt drops back to pass, hits Reap over the middle. He goes for 28 yards down to the 6. And on the next play, Levitt rolls out, and once again, an easy pass to Reap for the touchdown. Chargers get the ball back on the kickoff, and this time it's Eric Evans catching one over the middle. He drops it, picks it back up. Guy's just bouncing off of him. Racing to the end zone. He's out at the 1-yard line. But after a penalty, it's Levitt back, and there he is again, once again, for the third time, Dre Reap for the touchdown. It is now 34-6. The Rage do finally get possession back, but they fumble it. It is recovered by Ohio, but it's in the end zone for a safety. On the free kick that follows, Reap shows off his return skills. He takes it 49 yards all the way down to the Rage 19-yard line. And it takes just one play from there. Levitt to a wide open Jimon McNair. That's the 5th touchdown pass of the game for Levitt, and it is now 44-6 Chargers. Henry Roberts does manage this 12-yard run for the Rage in the 4th quarter. But on the next play, a pass is tipped, and Pierre Hunter's there for the interception. That's pretty much how the day was for the Rage. They do hold the Chargers scoreless in the 4th quarter, but the Chargers exploded for 44 points in the 2nd and 3rd to win 44-6. Levitt completed 14 of 25 passes for 216 yards. Once had 7 touchdowns on this field to settle for 5 on this night. Reap was on the receiving end of 3 of those scores. TJ Jackson did have 71 yards and the touchdown for the Rage, but the Chargers dominated. They picked up 285 yards to just 59 for the Rage. Looking at the scores of other games, The Warriors picked up a 20-6 win in the first game of a doubleheader in West Virginia. The Storm were able to win one for the home team, shutting out the Rhinos 31-0. The closest game of the day, the Southern Ohio Blaze held off the Sin City Buccaneers 19-14, and the Cincinnati Dukes opened up a 28-0 lead before holding off the Columbus War Eagles 28-12 and remain undefeated. The Columbus Gladiators are also undefeated. They pick up a forfeit win against the Tanks. Looking at the standings, the Gladiators and the Spartans remain the only undefeated teams in the Eastern Conference. The Spartans were off this week, so the Gladiators are 3-0 while the Spartans are 2-0. The Tanks are 1-2, and the Huskies were also off this week, so they are still looking for their first win at 0-2. In the Blue Division, the Storm and Warriors both 2-1, but the Storm hold a win over the Warriors. The Mustangs and Rhinos are both 0-3. In the Western Conference, the Dukes lead the Red Division at 3-0. The Blaze with 2 straight wins are now 2-1, whereas the Rage with 2 straight losses have dropped to 1-2. In the Blue Division, the Chargers are ahead at 3-0, the War Eagles 1-2, and the Bucks 0-3. There will be no league games scheduled this week due to the Memorial Day holiday, so we'll look ahead to the following week, June 5th, which will be highlighted by the Dukes and the Chargers facing off in a battle of 3-0 teams. The Rage at 1-2 traveled to the Buccaneers at 0-3, in which will be a key game for seeding. In the Eastern Conference, the Gladiators travel to the Warriors in a important game in the Eastern Conference. The Huskies and Spartans, after being off last week, face off in the first of 2 straight meetings. The Rhinos travel to face the Mustangs in a game where somebody's going to get their first win. The Storm will pick up a forfeit win against the Tanks. The Blaze and the War Eagles will get an extended break as they are both off June 5th. And finally, taking a look at the owners poll, the top and the bottom remain relatively the same, but there's some movement in the middle. The Chargers are still number 1, just ahead of the Dukes, and the Gladiators remain the top team in the Eastern Conference. The Blaze move up to number 4 from number 6. The Spartans and the Storm are tied at 5 now. They'll meet each other in about 3 weeks. And the Warriors move back into the top half of the poll at number 7. They jump over the Rage and the War Eagles. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, Huskies, Mustangs, Red Rhinos, and Tanks all hold their spots.